like I said, I live down in this area, so I drive through here. So I've been through the transition of, I've smelt the transition as well, from where it's keep the windows up to where now it's like beautiful and green. So.
The site here used to be all tidal wetlands. Originally this entire area was tidal wetlands, and now you have these huge hills that we're standing on that are made up of trash, and that trash that was landfilled here is not going anywhere. So what we have now instead of tidal wetlands are these big rolling grass hills, and as part of landfill closure, all of these mounds are covered with different layers of soil and then are finished with these native grass mix that's put down on top. And what we see is that native grass mix, which is put there to prevent erosion, really, as in the first place, is also serving now as a very productive habitat. So we have different bird species, for instance, or just listening to grasshopper sparrows calling, which are a state-threatened species in New York, that are starting to make use of this site. So, and this is sort of the work we do not just in the grasslands, but all of the ecosystems here, is monitoring kind of what changes over time and how it's changing, because we don't really know what to expect. Because as I just said, this was all tidal wetlands, and it's not anymore. So now instead we have these sort of new kind of novel habitats that are put down in an urban region, and some of the work we have to do is just kind of watch how that changes along the way. And when we see changes that are beneficial, such as that bird species that started to nest here, our goal is to try to see how we can identify what it is that's working. So what is it about the ecology here that works for those species, and how can we as the Parks Department, as we develop park projects, try to keep those ecological elements in park projects and try to keep it as something that does have ecological services and is sort of functioning on a variety of levels. So not just for landfill closure, but also for adding these sort of ecological services back into the environment here after so many of them were taken away for so many years.
The Parks Department runs a lot of different programming throughout the year in cooperation with the Freshkills Park Alliance and with their support, and with the support of the Department of Sanitation as well. And we've done a variety of different kinds of programming over the past several years. So one signature event that we used to have is called Sneak Peek, and that was really a sneak preview before we started doing programming on a regular basis. And I point to that because it's a way that we were actually assessing visitor impression. We do programming in order to get people in here, get them to understand that it's not rolling hills of garbage anymore. It's actually beautiful rolling hills of grasses and wetlands and creeks. We're working with a total of 10 artists to think about engaging the landscape in a lot of different ways. And this is what I consider to be the foundation for a future residency program. So inviting artists to be here for a long period of time on a day-to-day basis, and thinking about what projects could enrich this site and also transmit this site so that its lessons can be understood by a much wider public, and also to be applicable to other sites that are reclaiming land.
I've been living here since 1991, and I've seen it transition from the landfill to close to now where, I don't know, now we have deer here, which I kind of think is awesome. I don't really mind that at all. I don't mind having to drive a little slower, keep the lights on. I think it makes Staten Island nicer having that here, so I kind of appreciate that. And we didn't have that here when the landfill was open, so you know, and it's nice to get to come to a place like this and play and see green grass and not just play in dirt. So. Nobody wants to be known for having the world's largest landfill, or being known for being one of the two man-made things you can see from space, you know, with the Great Wall of China, the Staten Island dump. So glad that's not a thing anymore. Like I said, definitely there's a lot more wildlife. I mean, Staten Island's already been overcrowded with people coming here, whether it's from Brooklyn or Queens or anywhere from the other boroughs or from New Jersey. But it's nice to, you know, when you hear we have like the borough with the most parks, you didn't really get that until now. At least you could kind of understand it a little more because we have all this greenery now that we didn't have before. So at least it makes more sense.